Sometimes, the most dangerous creatures in the world are the ones who choose to protect us when no one else does. A young boy got lost deep inside the wild where no human could find him. But instead of danger, a lion found him first. And for 3 days, the king of the wild did something no one expected. He didn't attack the child, he protected him. In a remote village near the edge of a vast savanna, there lived a young boy named Ethan. He was only 8 years old, curious, playful, and full of wonder. Every day, he would play near the fields, chasing butterflies, climbing small trees, and imagining adventures far beyond his little home. His parents always warned him, "Don't go too far. The wild is not a place for children." But one afternoon, while chasing a bright yellow butterfly, Ethan wandered farther than he ever had before. Step by step, the village disappeared behind him. The sounds of people faded, and the silence of the wild slowly took over. At first, Ethan didn't realize he was lost, but when the sun began to set and the sky turned orange, fear started to creep in. He looked around. Everything looked the same. Tall grass, endless land, no path, no voices, no home. "Mom?" he called out softly, but there was no answer, only the distant sound of the wind. As darkness fell, Ethan sat down on the ground, hugging his knees. He was cold, hungry, and terrified. Tears rolled down his face as he whispered, "I want to go home." And then he heard something, a rustling sound in the grass, slow, heavy, coming closer. Ethan froze. His heart pounded so loudly he could hear it. And then, from the shadows, a lion emerged. Golden eyes, massive body, powerful presence. The king of the wild stood just a few feet from him. Ethan couldn't move. He couldn't scream. He couldn't run. He thought, "This is the end." But something unexpected happened. The lion didn't roar. He didn't attack. He simply looked at the boy, quietly, carefully, as if trying to understand. Ethan slowly closed his eyes, shaking, but nothing happened. No pain, no claws, no teeth. When he opened his eyes again, the lion was still there. But instead of moving closer to attack, he slowly walked around Ethan and sat down beside him. That night, Ethan didn't sleep alone. The lion stayed, watching, guarding. Every time Ethan cried, the lion would lift his head and look around, as if making sure nothing came near the child. The next morning, Ethan woke up. The lion was still there. He hadn't left. The boy was still afraid, but something inside him began to change. The fear slowly turned into something else, something softer, something like trust. Ethan whispered, "Are you protecting me?" The lion didn't answer, but he stayed. For 3 days, the lion never left Ethan's side. When the sun was too hot, the lion sat close, giving him shade. When strange sounds echoed in the distance, the lion stood tall, ready to defend. When Ethan tried to walk, the lion followed quietly behind him, not as a predator, but as a guardian. Meanwhile, back in the village, Ethan's parents were desperate. Search teams were sent out. People looked everywhere, but the wild was vast, and hope was slowly fading. On the 3rd day, something changed. Ethan heard distant voices, faint but real. "Ethan, where are you?" His heart raced. "Over here!" he shouted. The lion stood up, alert, watching. The voices got closer, branches moved, Footsteps approached, and then a group of rescuers finally saw him. But what they saw next made them freeze. There, beside the child, stood a lion. The rescuers didn't move, they didn't speak, they thought the worst. But the lion didn't attack. He simply stood there, looking at them. Then, slowly, he turned his head toward Ethan. For a brief moment, boy and lion looked at each other. No fear, no anger, just something unspoken. And then, the lion turned away, walking back into the wild, disappearing into the tall grass as silently as he came. Ethan was finally safe. He ran into his parents' arms, crying, holding them tight. But even as he was carried home, he kept looking back at the place where the lion disappeared. Because deep inside, he knew the truth. The most dangerous creature in the wild was the one who saved his life. Sometimes kindness and protection come from the most unexpected places, even from those we fear the most. If you were in Ethan's place, would you trust the creature everyone told you to fear?